The phone rang while I was still learning how to breathe again. Hospital light, white, too clean. My body felt borrowed. A nurse said my name like she wasn't sure it belonged to me. A police officer stood near the door, not sitting, not relaxed. He held up a photo. Her face, soft smile, familiar eyes. The woman who had crawled out of a flipped car and run. "Do you recognize her?" he asked. I stared. 3 weeks in a coma, and this was the first thing they gave me, truth wrapped as a question. My mouth cracked open. I lifted one finger, pointed. The officer's jaw tightened. "She said the brakes failed," he said carefully. "She said you lost control." I laughed. It came out wrong, like something tearing. I remembered the sound before the crash, not metal, not panic, absence. No resistance under my foot, no stopping. I remembered her voice, sharp through the shattered glass. "Leave him, he's dead." Then footsteps fading, 2 sets. I closed my eyes. "She cut the brake lines," I said. Silence fell like a verdict. They thought the betrayal began on the highway. It didn't. It began months earlier, with small humiliations disguised as jokes. "If you want to join Thanksgiving," my daughter-in-law had laughed over the phone, "come wash the dishes." A pause, then her giggle. I said nothing. I smiled into the receiver. "Enjoy," I replied. After the call, I sat alone in my study, surrounded by the things my son said I didn't need anymore. Too big, too much, too old. She had arrived in his life like a correction, rearranged him, edited me out. I noticed how she spoke for him, how he looked at her before answering questions he used to answer alone. I noticed how money became ours, then slowly became hers. Still, I told myself this was how families changed. This was normal erosion. Until the accident. Until the police told me she didn't call for help, she called someone else. Until they told me a man arrived before the ambulance, helped her climb out, ran. My son's name stayed unspoken, but it echoed anyway. Recovery gave me time. Time sharpens things. I requested my phone records, my financial statements, my vehicle maintenance logs. Externally, I was polite, grateful, broken. Internally, I was inventory. I learned the brakes had been serviced, authorized under my account while I was overseas. I learned my signatures had become suggestions. I watched old security footage from my garage. Her silhouette, late night, calm movements, no rush, no fear. I hired no detectives. I trusted paper. Numbers never lie when you read them slowly. Then came the photos, not of the crash, of a villa in Switzerland. Sunlight, stone, silence. I posted them without commentary. Within an hour, my phone rang, once, twice. By the end of the day, 71 missed calls. Messages piled up like confessions. "Where did you get this? We should talk. You're being unfair." I didn't answer. Power is patience disguised as weakness. When she finally stood in front of me, she was shaking, not from guilt, from loss of control. I handed her the report. Brake lines, clean cut, professional. She didn't read it. She already knew. "You don't understand," she said. I nodded. "I do." My son stood behind her, silent, pale. I asked him one question. "How long?" He didn't answer. She did. It poured out then, resentment dressed as love, greed justified as survival. She said she deserved more, that I was in the way. I watched her unravel like a poorly planned lie. Inside, something settled, not anger, clarity. I slid one more document across the table. Trust revocation, asset transfer, everything legal, everything final. The villa wasn't a gift, it was a mirror. I let her see what she could never reach again. Her voice broke. "You can't do this." I stood. I already did. My son finally spoke. "Dad?" I raised a hand. "You chose silence once," I said. "Now live in it." I walked out. No shouting, no scene, just absence. the same thing I felt when I pressed the brake. In Switzerland, mornings are quiet. No phones ringing, no voices demanding proof of worth. Sometimes I think about the man I was before the crash, the one who believed love excused everything. He didn't survive. I did. Betrayal doesn't always end in fire. Sometimes it ends in exile, the clean kind. I didn't crush her with anger. I starved her of access. And that, I learned, lasts longer. I look out over the mountains. Nothing follows me here, not even regret.